Guys, can you believe that these Asians are really threatening to boycott Black Americans? And I ask, in what way? In what way? Sometimes I feel these people are really, really out of their mind. Or don't you even think so? You're saying, okay, we're going to boycott Black people. People you don't patronize, people you have no business with, people you literally come to take their money, people that have just understood, oh, these people just want to come and take our money. And you're threatening that you're going to boycott them. Trust Black Americans. They didn't even fall for it, right? They can't even fall for this one. But now Black Americans are beginning to say, okay, boycott us. Boycott our music, boycott the way we speak, our slangs and everything. Boycott our communities too. Boycott our neighborhoods. Because you guys never loved us. But it's so shameful. I don't understand. Probably the person who came up with this whole we are boycotting Black people, probably that person is on drugs, honestly. Anyways, let's watch this videos, right? Black Americans are still resilient and they're still going on with the boycott. I feel this is one of the biggest boycotts I've ever seen in the world. And trust me, not just Black Americans are even doing it right now. I heard people in UK have started it. Canada too has started boycotting Asians as well. So this is really, really massive. And I'm so happy about it. Anyways, watch these videos. Do not forget, credit goes to every single creator. I will be back with what I have to say at the end of the video. Please keep watching.
What's up, y'all? Mike Ski from CT in his house. Hey, so Asians are gonna threaten, they're threatening, to boycott Black-owned businesses. Good for you. I assure you, you all will lose a lot more money than we will. A lot more. So do what it is you got to do, and good luck to you. Mike Ski, CT.
So I heard that some non-Black people were deciding to boycott the Blacks, and I just want to say I support it. I encourage you to start with hip-hop first and Black colloquialisms, because that'll be a big one. I think you should boycott hip-hop culture. As a staff, record label, and crew, you may or may not get that reference, but I think that that's a great way to start with it. Just a great starting point. If you need any more assistance and what else you can get out of your hands and under your vision regarding African Americans, I have a list of inventions as well that you can absolutely boycott at your earliest convenience. Thank you so much.
I've been noticing quite a few Asian influencers coming on here and telling other Asian people to be nicer to Black folks. And we're in their comment section like, oh, I like you. And thank you so much for telling the truth. But I need my people to understand that while some of these content creators are genuine, everybody knows how forgiving Black people are. They know how inviting we are to every other race, even the ones that treat us like trash. They wouldn't be on here trying to get back into our good graces if what we were doing wasn't working. Remember, we are redirecting our wealth back to ourselves. Let's not get distracted from what this is all really for. One day we'll be looking back at this moment in history when Black people took back control of our wealth and climbed up out of these trenches, y'all. And one day our great grandkids are going to be so proud of what we're doing right now.
I've never seen the Asian community, the Asian American community, this vocal on any other topic, right? It's a few points I want to hit on in this video. It's probably going to be pretty lengthy, 4 or 5 minutes. So listen to what I'm going to say, okay? First of all, I've been telling people a boycott is not racism. A boycott is not hatred. The literal definition of boycott includes the word protest, right? A boycott is a protest, right? And the more that I hear the Asian community get up and make these think pieces, it's solidifying the idea for me that our relationship is nothing but transactional anyways. Also, when it comes to people arguing about solidarity and division, first of all, any solidarity that people of color have, usually it's black people doing all the heavy lifting. So I don't feel the need to have any solidarity with people of color anymore. Like, I feel like at this point, besides a few Latinos, right? Because, like, for example, the Puerto Ricans, they ain't did nothing to me. Yeah, shout out to the Puerto Ricans. Love the Puerto Ricans. Without the exceptions of a few groups, right? I'm over this whole people of color thing. Okay, I consider myself just black. Okay, also I realize that people don't really take black people seriously because they don't see the real black community, right? And no shade, but the core of the black community is black women like me, right? Because we don't get to benefit from sexism like black men. We don't get to benefit from our race or a lot of the fetishizing and things like that, or manhood. So we are the most on the margins of any group of people, right? Black women, especially, those like me, we are the core. We are the heartbeat of the black community. When a lot of non-black people interact with black people, they usually interact with the most ignorant, quote unquote hood rats, or either they act with the coons or like the immigrants or bootlickers, or they either interact with black men, right? Those three interactions will fail you when it comes to black people. Because even I have to educate my husband. He say, well, if you do this, that, you won't experience it. I'm like, that's not true, because you are a black man, and at the end of the day, you benefit from sexism, you benefit from masculinity, right? Even if, because he's experienced some racism and things like that, but guess what? For the most part, even if people don't respect you as a quote unquote human being, they still respect you out of fear because you're a big black man, right? That I can't get either because I'm a black woman. I'm a little black woman. All right. But anyways, yeah, and then I see people being obtuse, like this situation happened in the vacuum. That this is having to do with Rick Chow and the store in South Carolina. Like I said before, there's been decades of tension. There's been decades of abuse and offenses from the Asian community. And then they're talking about, oh, well, your phone comes from China, TikTok is a China. Listen, first of all, y'all not mainland China, okay? And just like you guys' relationship with us has been transactional, we reserve the right to have a transactional relationship with you guys. What is up with all this expecting black people to be the bigger person, expecting hyper empathy from us? If I want to use mainland China to build my wealth, right? If I want to drive a Honda or Toyota to save more gas money, if I want to go to Chinese manufacturer because that's the most cost-effective way for me to get, certain products so I can, sell and things like that and have that transactional relationship to mainland China, I can do that. Multiple things can exist at once. I cannot patronize Asian American establishments, right? And I can also do business with mainland China. Okay. At this point, the boycott has been going on for about a week and a half. We're doing good, you guys. They're out there crying, pouring libations to the ancestors, walking around in circles. Don't worry, okay? It took me 2 months to get onto the Target boycott, right? I don't feel no ways. I'm over it, okay? I'm over it. Like I said, I don't put them on. I will never go out in this world and treat someone bad because they're Asian or whatever the case may be. But in terms of my money and my dollars, yeah, I will protest, which I reserve the right. I reserve the right to protest. That is one of my rights. Right? I don't hate Asians or whatever, but I will not patronize these establishments. And you guys know we're talking in the hood, these holes in the wall establishments. Like, I'm not supporting it. Unless I absolutely have to, because it's either it's convenient for me to do so, I'm not supporting. And I'm wholeheartedly boycotting indefinitely. The more you guys speak, the more I'm boycotting. Okay? So keep up the think pieces. And all you guys, aunties and uncles and grandparents, listen, ain't no more going to Ivy Leagues to try to go to the Supreme Court to kick us out of school because y'all not going to be able to afford it. Okay? You guys are not Target in a multi-billion-dollar corporation. If we boycott you guys for 3 to 6 months, your families will be bankrupt. So keep talking. And we're going to keep boycotting.
Black folks, listen up right now. Boycotts over riots, boycotts over riots, boycotts over riots. A lot of the things that are happening to the black community right now are happening because they want to rage bait us into rioting so that they can either gun us down or lock us up. They really want to lock us up so that they can get free labor off of us, you know what I'm saying, and reinstate slavery. And really, boycotting is not enough either. We need to make an emphasis on funneling the money that we would normally give to white businesses or non-black businesses and keeping that shit in-house. Because when you really think about it, there's black businesses for literally everything. There's too many hardworking, creative, and innovative black folks out there in the community with so much to offer, but nobody give their services to. And this is not easy at all. I'm not even gonna hold you, bro. We gotta be patient. We gotta be disciplined, and we gotta have respect and love for our people. You know what I'm saying? Black men, black women, and especially these babies. Too many of our babies are dying. Too many of our babies are getting lynched still to this day. There's no reason for this. We got to band together. We got to be protective of our own. And another thing that's going to require a lot of patience and a lot of discipline is the relationship between the patron and the business owner. and the business workers. You know what I'm saying? I was watching the Grits Neck podcast today, right? Deontay Big Cat was talking about how the customer needs to have a lot of respect and be a great customer, and the business owner needs to have exceptional, phenomenal customer service. I would argue both of them need to be phenomenal in order to make shit work, but you know what I'm saying? I feel like we should just have a little bit more patience and respect and love for each other. And if we really do that, bro, nothing can fucking stop us. Cause these people constantly prove that they need us. They need our attention. They need our money. They need our work. Why not pour all that into us? Why not now? And I feel like it shouldn't take tragedy for this to happen, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
To me, black owned is black American owned businesses, you know? Because I just seen this video of this Caribbean woman, or I don't know where she was from, but she definitely had an accent, and you can tell she is definitely not from here. She even tried so hard to even sound like a black American. Because what these other races that have melanin, they're gonna take advantage of this Asian boycott, however you want to call it. They're gonna take advantage of that boycott too. So when y'all say investing in black owned businesses, black American owned businesses.
Don't let none of them make you feel bad about boycotting them. We should have been did that. We need to be focused on our own businesses, our own hospitals, our own institutions, our own towns, all again. So I ask guys again, what exactly did we gain by giving our dollars to anyone else? And I'm also going to ask this, where is the NAACP or the CBC and the other black Democrats when it comes to discussing Cyrus Belton? They real quiet. These are the same people who've been pushing that people of color and black and brown narrative, yet when situations like this happen, they're quiet as a church mouse. You see, they also probably embarrassed also because they pushed that doggone Stop the Asian Hate movement and worked along with Republicans to get a hate crime bill passed for these people who hate us. Meanwhile, the very people they expect to vote for them every election cycle and the same people they criticize when we don't vote for them or hold our vote, we've been enduring centuries of lynching in many forms, discrimination, and all kinds of mistreatment. Hell, they just started recently talking about Carmelo Anthony, and that's most likely because the case has begun to gain more attention from celebrities and larger platforms. See, as long as they can't capitalize on something politically, they rarely speak on it. Now, before we go, guys, I want to circle back around to something he said about being a minority and how he pretty much alluded to the fact that they've gone through so much and they've been persecuted in a country that many of them choose to come to. And yet many of them still choose to align themselves with the very people who dropped Agent Orange on them, bombed their countries, mocked their buck teeth, and much more. And since people want to point out how racist FBA are because we choose to redirect our dollars into our own community and no longer want to put up with their foolishness or them folks' foolishness, let's take a look at a few instances where their community, or shall I say his community, acted as a doggone monolith to protect individuals who harm Black Americans. Just real quick. One that's pretty common that we all know of is Miss Latasha Harlins, who was 15 years old when she was shot and unalived in 1991 by Soon Ja-doo, a Korean shop owner, after being falsely accused of stealing orange juice. Surveillance footage also showed Latasha was walking away when she was pow-powed in the back of her head. Doo was convicted of voluntary manslaughter, but received probation instead of doggone prison time. Another one that's very common that many people know is Akai Gurley. He was a 28-year-old Black man who was unalived in Brooklyn, New York in 2014 by Peter Liang, a Chinese-American police officer. Now, Liang fired his weapon in a dark public housing stairwell, and the bullet ricocheted before striking Gurley. Lord. Liang was convicted of manslaughter, though the conviction was later reduced to criminally negligent homicide, and he avoided prison time. Following the conviction, many members of the Asian community organized rallies and advocacy campaigns in support of Liang, arguing that he was being treated unfairly compared to other officers. Daniel Holtzclaw, a former Oklahoma City police officer convicted of indecently assaulting multiple black women while on duty in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. Prosecutors would argue that he specifically targeted vulnerable black women because he believed they would not be believed. In 2015, a jury convicted him on 18 felony accounts, including indecently assaulting them, forcible oral sodomy, and sexual battery, and he was later sentenced to 263 years in prison. After his conviction, the Asian community came out with a lot of support. They organized campaigns, raised funds, and argued that he had been wrongly convicted, even as his victims and their families continued to seek justice from him. Oh, here's another one. In 2013, California's historic reparations debate exposed a major divide there as lawmakers continued sabotaging black reparations for the descendants of American slavery. Many Asian and Latino voters also opposed the proposals, arguing they could not or should not bear the responsibility for harms they did not cause. I'm confused because since when you get to choose to come to a country and make your own rules? No, ma'am. You inherited the debt that this country had when you chose to come here. What about Chang and Ing Bunker, also known as the Bunker twins? You see, they settled in North Carolina in 1839 after touring internationally. They became U.S. citizens, married two of them folks' women, and operated a 650-acre plantation where they enslaved black men, women, and children. The twins supported the Confederacy during the Civil War and lost their enslaved labor force after emancipation, as they should have. Let's do one more. Just one more, because this was just too good to leave off. This is Richard Aoki. Now, he is said to be a major ally to FBA because he is the one Japanese-American activist who actually supplied pow-pows and training to the Black Panther Party for self-defense in the 1960s. Well, after he unalived himself, and despite a public image known as a revolutionary leader, declassified files later revealed Aoki was a paid FBI informant throughout the 1960s, actually over 15 years to be exact. Anybody want to tell me this ally or no? Guys, thank you so.
What's happening, TikTok fam? Right now I want to speak to my Asian TikTok family. I just heard something that was a little bewildering to me. I don't get it. I'm confused. I'm totally and utterly confused by this. I just heard that Asians are talking about boycotting melanated businesses. What I mean by melanated, I mean black Moorish Americans like me. Cherokee Nation, hashtag Cherokee Nation. When have y'all ever ventured outside of your own community to support another community that wasn't European American? You're going, who's a European American? White people are European Americans. If you're from Europa, you're white in the United States. I don't like using it, particularly because it's a class system. But you guys know them as the whites. I know them as European Americans. But when have you guys ever ventured out and supported another community that was my community? That's the point. You've never supported my community. You hate my community. So many Asians right now are on the internet talking shit. I'm okay with that. It's okay for you to talk shit. But just always know that there are consequences for you talking shit. Off topic, Chud the Builder, Jake Lang, anti-ethnic Europeans, Americans, talking shit. And then they talk shit and said the wrong shit to the wrong people or around the wrong people, and now they sitting in jail complaining about peanut butter sandwiches. There's always a consequence for what comes out of your mouth. We've always been treated like shit in this country, even though it is our country. It's been stolen from us. We had to fight for civil rights in our own country. And you talk about you want to boycott us? Really? Okay. Keep your boycott firm. You don't have to like it.
Since I'm like the face of all the boycotts and shit now. So yeah, y'all know the South Korean stock market crashed yesterday. Yeah, it dropped 15%. So yeah, keep it up, black folks. Keep it up, black folks. Yeah, I'm about to start sharing with y'all some black businesses y'all can go to, some great alternatives. I saw a girl on here that said she made egg rolls, and I'm like, most definitely want to support that. And yeah, and just to kick it up some more on this boycott, I think it's important that we should go to the nail shops and they have it. Just make sure that everybody has the proper like licensing. Like that's so important, and making sure like that they're like cleaning their utensils and like actually pulling all their stuff out like from brand new packages and stuff like that. Like when y'all go up there, like just go in there and look around. Like you don't gotta buy nothing. You don't gotta sit down and get your nails done. Just, you know, observe. Just look and see if everybody has like their licenses. And if they don't, call the board. Call the board. Because if they don't have everything that they need to be running the business, they definitely, most definitely shouldn't be allowed to be running the business. Make sure everything's up to date. They got some type of elevator. Make sure the elevator is up to date. You know what I'm saying? Like, they better be on their P's and Q's. Yep.
It's really fucking absurd to me how Asian businesses want compassion from black people right now, but it's just like, that man spoke for the collective. As a black person, I know that it's a lot of hostility when you go to these Asian businesses, these Asian hair stores, these Asian nail salons, these Chinese spots. They're always looking at niggas like a fucking criminal. And then it's like they want us to exclude them from the boycott, but their actions aren't gonna fucking change. These behaviors aren't gonna fucking change. At the end of the day, there will still be black people that go support these businesses and still get racially targeted, racially profiled, stereotyped. Why would I come spend my money with a group of motherfuckers who literally don't like me? And the last time I checked, niggas was so poor. We was so broke. We need to save our money because we're welfare, baby. Well, guess what? We're gonna save our black dollars and keep it circulating through our black community. And don't get on this motherfucking internet asking where the niggas is. Because at the end of the day, there's Indians, Mexicans, white people. Why aren't they supporting y'all's business?
And to the Asian man who had something to say about black people boycotting the Asian community like we need him, let me tell y'all, he must need a reality check. First, let me just start by saying these are a couple of things that he said that if we take away, we ain't gonna survive. So he said Chinese food, dry cleaners, laundromat, liquor stores, Jordan, Nike, shower cap, sound system, and microphones, y'all. Honey, you must ain't know we got soul food. We got the collard greens and neck bones. We got the macaroni and cheese. We got the fried chicken. We got the turkey wings. We got the yellow rice. We got the cornbread. We got the tuna salad. We got the potato salad. And we got the dressing. Sir, we will survive without your Chinese food. We can really survive without your food. And you ought to be happy. Because if it wasn't for the black community, your food would still not went nowhere. Because we honored and appreciated your food, and yeah, it was good, but sir, we can live without it. We got soul food over here, sir. Soul food over here, and we got soul food takeout. So what are you talking about?
You gonna talking about laundromats and dry cleaners. Do you forget that we are do you know what we went through? And you think because you gonna take your laundromats and dry cleaners for us that we just gonna poo and just go with our grandmamas used to hang our clothes on the clothing line. We used to wash our clothes on the washboard. You ought to be happy that black people is bringing their business to you to get a washer and a dryer, sir. You ought to be happy. You think white's the only one that's making y'all rich and giving y'all what y'all need? Will we play a major part in that? Honey, you must need a reality check. Now, the only thing that I can say is us black folks do spend too much money on Jordans and Nikes. Billions of dollars on Jordans and Nikes, but Michael Jordan is a black man, is he not? And sound systems and microphone. Have you not heard a black soprano? Have you not ever been to a black church to hear a black woman or a black man sing in a high note without your microphones, baby? Our voices are magical. Our voices are golden. What God has gave us is a gift that no man on this earth have. We sound good without your microphones, sir. We can sing an a cappella song and sound chef kiss well. So you're talking about taking your air rap with your hat on that started with black people. Look how you wearing that hat. You looking like a black man. So I say all that to say you sound like a spoiled kid whose mama's been giving them everything, and now it seems to be that mama needs to punish you for what you're saying and take back everything I gave to you. You sound like a crying little baby. You know, like when a mom takes a kid's gaming system and stuff like that because she was the one that's giving him all of that, and she needs to give him a reality check to get him to act right and be right. Sir, you sound like a spoiled kid. And it sounds like we need to put BTA. That's even if you know what that means. BTA to your community. And maybe you'll understand and see.
When I spoke about Asians being racist to black people, you guys got very sensitive. Asians have the impression and the false narrative that black people are criminals. It doesn't matter where you go, who you are, that's just what they think about black people. And so black people should not be apologetic to think whatever about Asians. Now, I go into a co-op to get myself flowers. I buy myself flowers every single week, TMI. And after I paid for the flowers, I realized that one of the roses had come off. I'm not spending £20 to lose a rose. So I go to the guy at the till, an Asian man, and I said, hey, I've paid for this, however one of the roses off, can I go get another one? He goes, sure, provided it's the same one. Duh, of course it's going to be the same one. Guess what? He comes off the till and follows me, not knowing I could see him.
I was beginning to ponder, what do you think these people are going to do? Probably they'll just liars, right? They'll just have to liars with maybe Africans and Caribbeans and be like, we're not going to support black Americans. Right, you come to a place, if they are giving you this product at $2, we are going to give it to you at $1, right? Or they're going to even give you lesser. That would be their plan, because if not, I really don't know or see the ways where they can really achieve their boycott, honestly, because I've really thought about it. How is it even going to work? The only way to work is just by calling people who are not allies, because a lot of people are not allies with black people, which is fine, it's okay, we don't even care, right? It's just coming together and be like, okay, don't buy anything from them. They would even do it with some people who are black Americans. They might even tell you, come take from us. We're going to give you on credits and then you pay us in your convenience and all of that. They'll look for stuffs just to stop it. But be resilient. Don't give up. Do not give up, honestly. Because so many of us are going on right now. They're planning so much for Juneteenth already, and everybody know about it, right? Everybody know about their plans for Juneteenth already. They're trying to make some watery offers for black people, to come in and shop with them and all of that. Now, we know that so many black people are still shopping with these people, right? And then so many black people are also not shopping with these people. Do not be discouraged. Do not, feel disappointed at any form. What I want you to know right now about this whole stuff is that it is working. To be honest, it is working. If you think it's not working, go to black nail salons, go to black owned businesses, ask them how they're faring. They'll tell you they're doing really, really amazing this time around. Don't think, oh, we can't do it. See, you giving up on black people, it's like giving up on yourself too. You feel, oh, there's nothing good about me. So when people like me come out to say something, it won't work. But trust me, you're just making a mockery of yourself, because a whole lot is going on. You're not aware. A whole lot is going on, and we're going to keep pushing it. Like you see, I hardly even do content now. I'm just pushing this. Yeah, I'm going to still drop other videos, right? Make sure to watch them, subscribe, like, share this video so people can still watch, and do not stop supporting it. It's working. It's working. They cannot do anything. That is all I have to say. All right, I'll see you on the next one. My name is BJ, and Global Justice BJ. Bye, guys.